Alrighty. So, two things have happened since last time. This thing's finished building, which is nice. Have we got 18 hours sleep? I sure did. So we're going to our control units are done, our low density structures are done, which means we can make a start on these. I was actually wondering if the yellow packs would be better as a full beacon, because it's 21 seconds, same with these. And especially those. Something I'm going to have to test. I might make full beacon builds. No, I'll make them 8-8 builds, and then if it turns out full beacon's better, then I'll change them over. Yeah, so I'll start with 8-8s for all of these, because I already did 8-8s for these two. And then we'll compare the difference. I think that would be a good thing to test. Is just do a full comparison of the lot. See if the game changes. Hey, the Comedia. I might say I'm doing pretty good. Still a little asleep, but I got the Majestic Cup. If it wasn't immediately apparent, hair got a little bit of a mow. Got the lawnmower out. Trim that back. Also back into the game. This is continuing to expand, and it's still very slowly expanding. Got at least one workable steel smelter at least. I think almost two there now. 2, 4, 6. No, never mind. It's not. I think that's also only 5. Not. I don't even think that's all of them, because I think it was like 7 total. Create a recipe with 6. That is true. Also, just one teeny weeny little thing to. Oh, sorry. Hang on. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. It's all good. It's all fine. All fine. Oh yeah. You can open your eyes now. Oh yeah. Oh, we managed to go through that cobble patch. Oh yeah, I also set the bots on to expanding the landfill for the nuclear for when the time comes. Duty place label. Must have been speed 3s. Oh yeah. Yeah, shooty place 3, shooty place 1, shooty place 4, shooty place 6, shooty place 5, shooty place 2, and then... Oh no, there isn't. Speed 3000. Hello, penguin. Oh yeah, I did expand the shooty places as well. In between last time and this time, because there was pollution had gone round to biter territory. I think there's going to be a problem. And up there is a problem. I don't know where that connects though. But anyway, that's a topic for in between sessions. For now, we need to jump in our train and send our asses over to... Oh, you have orders. There we go. Why is pollution so high? Idle machines produce it? The base is running pretty hard. It's making like 115 copper wire a minute. Should be... It's mostly the smelters in the desert, because it does make like 45k a minute of each. Played the mod that allows Zato to fire nukes? I have. It's good fun. You modded and you love Spidertron 3s and with squad. Yeah. Oh, it's got a bit of this, but it's also the mining. Like the mining that I've got going on is getting pretty aggressive since these two are dead. These are almost dead. So now the mining has shifted down here. Speaking of, I should set up a mine here. Either that or I'll just wipe it. I might just have to do that. Maury, how you doing? How's your Friday night? I need to revisit the silos too because they're not actually connected, but I'd like to lay out all the builds in raw form first. You doing good? I'm doing pretty good as well. I did sleep in again, of course, because why not? And 16. I have this thing over here. That's what weekends are for. It is true. 2020, I think it's 21, 3, yeah, that's it, 16. Which I think is, I see 16? I don't remember already. Yeah, I did 16. So that's one of the builds. I suppose if I'd thought about it, I'd go this way. Set the map for very rare patches, but very large. And you still want them further apart. So high tech takes 2 processing units and a robot frame. A robot frame. Which is 500, so I can split belt. Which is good. And then I just need to figure out a way to output these. And Circuit Bear's throwing down the sub too.
Another month has gone already.
29 months. Another month has gone already. It has. Thank you very much for that. Show some love and hype in chat there for Circuit Bear throwing down. 29 month. Almost a big 30. How you doing? That's me. Low density coming in. I could probably weave some red belts for the output. Oh, I don't have any undergrounds. Been the eternal struggle as the undergrounds. It always boils down to those, doesn't it? There's inserters. A few undergrounds, a few more. Could have run closer, admittedly. That'll do. You went for maximum richness, but small size to avoid having too much in the way. Using mining drones, you don't have to worry about the surface. Oh, that's an interesting idea. And my only hesitation with using the red belt is I'm outputting at 1,000 a minute and they're inputting at 900. Well, they take 900 and I'm outputting 1,000. I mean, I got it the wrong way around. Rise 0.1%. It's great, isn't it? Oh, there's not a room to do that. Hmm. I can do that though. Then I can't take it any further. Alright, belt weaving it is. Alright, let's summon the train. I have to somehow load it on both sides though. Yeah, it's 0.1% richness isn't amazing, is it? Bigger AoE beacons. There's nothing particularly wrong with belt weaving, although apparently some people, like I don't have a problem with it. It does mean that I need to take it on. Hey, Rip. I need to take it on both sides. The figuring out of this stuff out is complicated. Mick Fury, how you doing? Ooh, you know what I'm forgetting? Very important. Ah, there we go. Now I'm right side up. So what's going on, Rip and Mick Fury? How's life treating you? So while we're waiting, while we're playing that waiting game, poke these. Why is your game now upside down? I don't know. Very strange how that happens sometimes, isn't it? With finalized build, there's not really a problem other than having to provide two kinds of undergrounds. What's with the right side up, Cam? Now relative to everyone else, it's the right side up. The way it was meant to be. Leave. Possibly. Either that or I'm just giving everyone headaches. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Hey miss, how you doing? Hey, you doing? Wear a necktie with a wire, so points upwards. More blood in the head? Yeah, I need a lot of blood in the head for this planning. I need to make the coffee also go flow straight to the head too. Alright, this thing. Oh, you're visiting there. I think it's approaching that time that I made a dedicated fuel train. So that thing doesn't do that anymore. So it doesn't have to shuffle around endlessly moving fuel. Alright, what can I do whilst while I'm waiting for that to come back? What I might do. I'm gonna go down there. Make a skipper stop. Actually thinking about it, something else that I did was because I had the day or because I took the day off to do things. Ooh, and stuff and hiccup is I cleaned these, reset the productivity on these, and you actually see the copper yeah, there it is. You actually see the copper and the the copper and the plastic more or less consuming evenly now, which is really nice. Pro tip: pouring hot coffee directly on the hair gets your pours up and releases endorphin. Good to know. All the emotes no coffee cup. Well, there is the sip one. That was the closest. I didn't want to go with an outright cup because there's so many of those. There was plans afoot of potentially doing one. Although it looks like it's all out of whack now. Like, why is the plastic, well, the copper heavily drained out of that one, but not the other one? That makes no sense. Plastic does drain more, though. But it still doesn't explain why this one, the copper's drained, but not the plastic. I can't believe I missed it. Yeah. Yeah, I went with the sip instead of just an outright, a straight cup. It was going to be like a cup with like a leaf or something on it originally. Are they ever manually filled? No. Huh. That's really interesting. Yeah, one. Hmm. It's split in half. That's very strange. None of the trains should leave. I don't think. Yeah, they only leave when empty. Leave when empty. So clearly something is up because the first one, what was it? All the copper, all the plastic drained out, and then the second one, second half, all the copper. One of them had all the plastic, the other one had all the copper, which was a bit odd. Did I do the speedruns with JD? No. Prod module weirdness? Maybe. It's odd that one has drained a lot of one and then the other's drained a lot of the other. I am pulling from pairs of wagons, the same wagon pairs. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it looks like it. This unloader sometimes leaves gaps. It's kind of weird. Saw a subject? Not really. I just wasn't really interested in it. This one also has been reset, and I think it should be okay. Oh, Maury wants a stair, eh? Upside down stair. Ooh. I'm not actually set up for an upside down stair. Hmm. Tell you what, let's prepare for a stair. Let's see now. I hope I don't break this thing. Mini loader. Well, this is. I have tried mini loaders, but this one is kind of a. It's meant to be a vanilla Megabase, not a modded one. Alright, let's try that. Don't blink. You asked for it. It's so weird. I can't actually tell. How about now? Hang on. Off that. Nope. There. How about now? Can you tell now? How about now? How about now? Uh, High quality. I gotta have to remember to fix that too now. First preview on Twitch. When will we get Let's Watch all unlimited videotape sessions? I gotta get more really. Like I can't play anymore. I only have a few that there was only like a small selection of the ones. Well, there was all the ones I can more or less play. And I don't really have any VHS ones anymore. That was fun. It was fun. Excuses. It's not like a lot of people have old pneumatics that haven't been used in 40 years lying around. Not that easy to come by. Oh yeah, so I built the rest of these, tidied all this up as well. Getting back on topic. This is what we sort of expanded these, did all these, reset the productivity so it was all good. I'm happy with these unloaders. Oh, I mean, I had a huge a collection of pneumatic tapes. I mean, there's even less of a reason to keep those, but apparently I did. Apparently I bought them off eBay. Test balance for the single train car. So the idea of this base is to avoid splitters entirely by balancing at the mining outpost. Okay. An opinion on Nearless? I'm not sure where that's leading. That has concern. Grab this section. Yeah, I'm trying some pretty exotic stuff to manage the UPS drain. One, three. Wonky either way, really. Where's it normally there? Yeah. Hmm. Probably there. Some camera shots? Yeah, they're still there. I mean, there's a camera there now. The camera there right now, but they're actually behind the camera. Uh, if nuclear power is rough on UPS, it still is. It's convenient for me right now because it's easy power. Planning on opening a museum? Not anytime soon. There we go. Look at that. It's actually getting done. Done. Should have these by now. Yeah, I do. So I'll actually have some sweeters. Let's try and order a new 2070. No. No. Is the 3070 out yet? I mean, there's no point getting any of the 3000 series. They're only Founders Editions. There's no normal ones out yet. It's too soon. There's no reason to get a Founders Edition. That'd hold up a sec. Theoretically out of stock. Jay's 2 cents says they're bugged. Yeah, but that's what Jay's 2 cents thinks. I've kind of fallen away from Jay's 2 cents lately. That one's drained. I wonder if it is productivity weirdness. This one's mostly drained the plastic out this time. It went. All the big reels clickbaity. Gamers Nexus is still good. The Bower I'm also still on the fence with. Yeah, same thing. How much is in there? 804. That's a lot of plastic actually still on the table. Oh. Oh. You know what it is? Ah. It's because they're all from the same. Okay, it is still balanced. They're all from the same wagon, effectively. Yeah, it's fine. It was not so much the rounding errors. I was trying to understand why it was doing it. Now I get it. So it's because I'm unloading from the one wagon onto the two different belts. So instead of like in theory, it'll unload evenly into both belts, but in practice, some extra plastics ended on here and some extra coppers ended up on there. So it does work out. Yeah, limiting the boxes would help with that. As soon as it comes back to the, like, any of that error that comes back to the boxes themselves will balance it out. It'll make sense. It'll work out. It doesn't actually matter. It's just that's the kind of thing you would fix with splitters. Uh, that's actually really fun. The funny thing about the 30 series is that they're actually terrible overclockers, it turns out. Ha 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 ha. I gotta get from that side to the other side. Hey, Glacier. Technically double the train size. Each line of its own. Yeah. I know I can use a splitter. I know, like, the whole idea of the map is to not use a splitter, though. That'll still curve it. That'll connect to that. There we go, that should... Yeah, side loads. Perfect. Oh, alright. Copy and paste it a billion times. And when I say a billion, I really mean... 7 times. His name. The 30 series seems to be from experimental GDR6X. Oh, yeah, the backs. What we were saying was the backside chips, which is the memory. 5, 6, 7. I guess you do get a substation then. And you get a substation, and you get a substation. And while we're at it, you get a roboport, and you get a roboport. Can you get one too? A substation? Sure, why not? Ah, crosstalk interference, interesting. That's pretty... that's not something you can easily fix with a BIOS. The undergrounds are off? Oh, yeah, I placed it in the wrong spot. There's also no underground lead... Oh, that doesn't actually matter, but yeah. Get rid of them. I'm doing this any favor using Samsung. I think that, well, from what I recall, they're using the Samsung because TSMC didn't have the capacity to do what they wanted. It's also hilarious that what's called Samsung 8 nanometer is TSMC's 12. Further reinforcing the fact that... Hang on a minute. Why are they all those backwards? Hey, Ironwolf. Why are they all these backwards? I think I did. Oops. That's why I was confused for the moment there, for a minute there. Eagle Wolf. Well, popping in the one host. One host to rule them all. Pretty much the problem with Fab all over is there's no competition left anymore. It's got demolished a lot. Before demolishing the lot, I should actually take the time to copy. I mean, even Intel's outsourcing to TSMC these days. Nanometer chip numbers become marketing. Yeah, they've been jargon for a long time. It's like the worst kept secret that that the 7 nanometer isn't actually 7 nanometer. Oh yeah, they still have meaning. It's just that none of them are directly translatable. I think Samsung as one of the ones who were a bit more optimistic with the nanometers than TSMC. I think it was TSMC that was the ones that were complaining the most about it. I don't remember now. The way I had understood it is that, well, the nanometer is the distance between the gate and the junction of the transistors, and all they need to do is have at least one, depending on the process, because the die itself has all kinds of different combinations of junctions. Like they're not all uniform. Some need bigger, can get away with smaller, and the smallest one being 7 nanometer. So as long as they have at least one 7 nanometer somewhere, then they can say it's 7 nanometer. I think that's what Samsung does. I think because they're the more optimistic one. Yeah, the bulk of it is 22 or more. Be a decent chunk is definitely not 22. Is not 7, let alone 10. Like huge things. Yeah, gate in the junction and in the transistor. It's junction's what I meant, not the transistor. It's too early in the morning. More interference? Yeah, there's a lot of problems when you get that small because you're getting down into the actual transistor junction itself being atoms thick. You know, only individual layers of atoms. That's because they're so tiny. Start running into a lot of problems. Yeah, it's just getting the magic smoke in. It's physically getting to the point where it's so small you can't go any smaller. Sort of reached that point a few years ago. Samsung 8 nanometer is just improved version of the 14 nanometer process. That's why it's called 8 nanometer because there's the license 14, then improved it as 12. Yeah, electron tunneling. A lot of real weird atomic stuff starts happening. Pretty much since they went below, I think it was 18 nanometers. They started hitting those effects. Started running into all kinds of problems. So the next one is Purple Durple. Although I kind of want to eco there. Oh, you're not getting done anytime soon. One number along the axis of Windows 3D object, yeah. That's another process in itself. So it does with 14. Assuming it is actually 14 plus 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 or something else. Side loaded yellow. Should work. Why wouldn't it? The process is it is for the most part irrelevant at this point. I mean, there is power gains to be had by a smaller chip, and that's about it, really. And there is some advantages with yield, but it's, as I say, like it's really getting to the point where it's just, you're already at the limit of what you can do. Bubblegum, this Red Circuit event tonight. I think so. I need to double check that. Because it's all sort of been set in motion. Problem is, all of it goes on at like 2 a.m. Eleven a.m. UTC. Whatever that is. Oil balance a blueprint to be vanilla. Oil station balance a blueprint. Which one's that? I didn't think I had one. Which one? Oh, was that the Factorio extended one? Oh, hang on. I got the link anyway. 2018.
Mojodlu vemo
Oh, an angel.
hodsnag mojodlu vemo hodsnag mojodlök.
Thank you very much, Fallen Angel, for the 14-month Prime sub. Show some love and hope for Prime. Prime. For the Fallen Angel. Oh dear. Rotational streamer. So yeah, 9 p.m. Our time is the K2 start time. Side loading on the wrong side? No? It's on that side, and then yeah, you're right actually. Yeah, it'll go into the underground. Damn it. I'll have a look at that oil blueprint. I don't know what that is now. Moore's Law is dead. AMD has GPU tricks up their sleeves for several releases. Yeah, that's just fanboyism. It needs to do that. That's what it needs to do. Uh, hmm. Yeah, it needed to do that. It'll be a Factorio extended one. I have to have a look. I think I know what that's from now. I think that's from the 12K base. I got a better one in this map now anyway. I can use that. 16, so 6, 7, 8. Duck cheese, how you doing? Could do it with more undergrounds. Let's throw undergrounds at the problem. I mean, that's how it was. That gave me not a lot. Just flip the outputs the right side halfway along. Oh yeah, that's true. If the output was on the other side, it would work. Red. And then, them. Flip the whole lot. Flip it and reverse it. Actually, I don't need to delete the blue. In saying that, I do need to delete the blue. So now the substations are over here. Did I actually reach? No. Sad times. But it'd be better on this side. So like this. Eight. See, if it was on this side, side load should work better. Because it's out on this side. Yeah. Now it'll work. There we go. Hey, Darth Lighty, how you doing? One input's over, the red belts. The input can't take red belt. Let's see. I can prove that. Actually, it probably could, come to think of it. So I think it can. Oh well. Actually, that is... I had to wait until after I started doing that. Because it takes 502 blue circuits and 251 robo frames. Switching these does get it. It reduces the belt usage by 1 lane, so I can get around that. It's all giant. It's easy to keep. It's easy to keep track of it because it's the same thing repeated many times over. The hard part is figuring out what goes where. I'll rip Intel XE. generally the case with Intel, the way Intel's sort of leading their products now. Consumer market's nothing. Get rid of the inserters as well then. That's filter inserters. Long time lurker, first time poster? Doubt. Doubt there. Destiny, good night. Heading off. Four. Right, how about this one? This objective of this project is to do 8,000 science a minute, which is a lot of science a minute. Game. Pretty much gonna kill the game. Or maybe not outright kill it, but it'll certainly slow down. So current science a minute? 0. So, low density comes in, that crap goes, and that crap goes. You want to get you started on Vega 7? I mean, you're not obliged to. Gonna go from 0 to 8K with no ramp up? Huh. I mean, there's no reason you can't. I mean, I've done all the non-infinite tech already, so I don't need... Like, I did everything that the old base could do. There's no point running it, or running it for any more science. Now, have I fed these into the right side? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Norman, how you doing? Yeah, there isn't really a ramp-up situation. Righty. Probably more economical for me to do that. It would also help if I actually can paint these down with some reasonable accuracy. Some semblance of accuracy. Yeah, it's mostly craziness that leads me to doing these things. Oh wait, these are in pairs, aren't they? Improve video will kill if improve the MX. Why? Question. I mean, they don't. They're fulfilling the need. They're those MXs. Not every GPU needs to be cutting edge 3090 stuff. It's like with the Intel GPUs, the Intel discrete stuff, assuming it is actually going to be discrete in the end. Does need to compete with Nvidia. You know what? Let's cancel that. Both new Intel and AMD laptop CPUs. And the Pastebin graphics now. And they'll probably come up with new revisions. It just does that. I'd heard about that too. Is it a new Dell? No, it wasn't an anything. It was just a laptop that LTT had, which Intel just churned out a concept laptop, which is something you don't see every day. There we go. So I've stacked these so that the one that's furthest away is this one here, which is furthest away from the LDS production, is closest to that one. So they're moving across. That's why I did it that way. They're side loading onto a single belt to save on lanes. It's only use a single lane set of 2. Hey, Vildek. Imagine the Megabase can build in 5 years with new PC hardware. I mean, the difference between what we could do 4 years ago in version 14 and now is pretty staggering. It was hard work. You can do half an RPM. I could do half a rocket a minute, maybe a rocket a minute with a full bot base before running into problems. Alright, what are you waiting on? You're stopped on production. You're probably waiting on control units. Waiting on plate. Oh, yeah. How have you managed to block yourself up? And why... grumble, grumble. There's the iron train. So someone got to squeeze that train to here. Right, do you have signals? No, you don't. Maybe I should make this stack of things bigger. That would be a smart move, wouldn't it now? Like flip that one round. I don't want to keep expanding this thing. Just the smelter only exists just to keep things going. See what Intel's capable of. AMD. See what. It'll be interesting to see what the next round of AMD laptop, AMD mobile does. That'll be when things get interesting. Current round, I mean, to be fair, the 4000 mobile, it was good, but it wasn't that good. Like, it was a huge improvement, but yeah, wasn't that good. You remember when we rolled into version 15 as well, we had that 1K a minute base, the 15 sim map. And that was, I think, 70 UPS as of 15.1. Oh, it's going around the train jam. I was like, why am I going the long way? $4,000, yeah. Depends. The subtext you make out of it is as much as people want. We are willing to read into it. So train jam tastes like strawberry or more like blueberry? Um. Well, when you have a train jam, is it the end result of flattening player characters, or is it the beginning of it, say, where the trains are saying they're ready to make more jam out of players? Hey, it just barely squeezes out. Sulfur with a bit of salt? Asked the undercarriage inspector. Duck cheese, heading off? Alright, have a good one. Glad you had some... Oh, jeez. I didn't mean to do that. I thought it was already below it. Somehow I managed to survive walking in between that train. I think the conclusion is I need more iron. I might plug that in. NVIDIA update the MX series GPU for 2020 using... Yeah, I'm not surprised. Like, there's always going to be a market for low-powered GPUs. What's up? Not much, just trying not to get flattened by trains. Da, 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 da. Da, da, da. Na, 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 Which patch do I want to get rid of? I gotta get rid of that one. Gotta get rid of that. That one's a lost cause. That's also mostly lost. Massive factory for circuits. Yeah, it's been done for a while, really. I added the trains. I had the train unloads and loads. Although admittedly this is still expanding. Let's ping off there. Oh, they're actually Pascals. That explains a lot. Yeah, the Tuarings are the 1000 series, so it's going to be quite a jump. More spiders with construction bots to finish things off. It's supply that's a problem. When I want to find, yeah, a lot of the rails need realigning, readjusting, rethingying. And I'm gonna need these rails anyway, so I might as well do it. Pascal was 10 series? I've got them. I've got them backwards. That's why they keep track of the code names now. I used to be all over that stuff. It's actually pretty impressive when you think about that. They're pushing modified previous gens into the economy models already, which would normally lag by quite a bit, if at all. It'd be whatever garbage they had lying around normally. It'd be easier if I just jump out. I could summon this one. I don't even know where it is. Should have been in base. Oh, it's down there. Right, then you can come across. It's like the Intel code names. I don't really remember them after the 4000 series. Stopped paying attention back then. AMD released integrated graphics that could be 40 nanometers. Yeah. Oh, I'm out of signals now. Are you ready? I mean, if a 14 nanometer beating pretty easily going to beat a 70 nanometer die process. It is, isn't it? Fourteen versus 70. Hmm. Oh, now I'm out of track. 7? I think I might be a bit too far away. Well. Oh well. 1. I pack it into the book. Yes. Yes, I did. Well, and the answer to the other question is yes. Yes, it is too far away. So I did use a little corner piece. Yeah. I made that a little while ago. Like a week ago or something. Begrudgingly use it. Something like that. Yes, blow up the cliffs. Bad cliffs are bad. Is it added to the book? It is. It's not in the main book, but it's in the book for this map, which I haven't actually done anything about yet. Listen here, Slacko. Did I say? No gameplay changing mods. I'm gonna have to rename all of the damn mods now, don't I? Because it's technically not vanilla. Besides, that feature's coming in 1.1. Now you get back there like you're supposed to. Or race it back. Vanillish, yes. Done those too. Spider logistics. It's coming in 1.1. Admittedly, Shredguy's manly war cry isn't really coming in 1.1, but would you really want to play without it? There is not to play with Shredguy's manly war cry. You know pathing. Oh, you're trying to get to the... the... How did you even end up there? Just trying to get to that thing, but it can't because the track's not built. So how's the spider doing? Still, even though it's taken the track path, it's still on the way. I could probably make it back out there in the time it takes to get over. The next step for me is to get rid of this and switch over. To this, which I might do. Need some rear ends. Good, you're building both sides. What else do you do? As far as it's too slow? Apparently it has a lot of issues moving fast, and that's why it's so slow. Leave this one's blank. Are you less than 10,000, we'll say? Put that on. Oh, Z. The Bam, Bow, Shazam, Floop. Load. That one's also going to need a flippity flooper. In fact, hang on. Tell you what, the train can load up. That's a lot of blue circuits. I just realised it limit its inventory. We're still stuttering. Oh, the train escaped at least. Look at all those greens flowing. Right, let's shut this down. That'll save a lot on bot movement. What is Bartron's pretty fast, having no issues with 42 Mark II exoskeletons, but JD may get dancing spider stuck. I mean, at that point, it's not surprising it isn't just completely wonky. So well, let's just cut that. Oh, that was all of its power. Yeah, they were not very generous with the... Well, I think that's the default equipment grid you get for all vehicles. What Spider has. It's too bad that by default you don't get train grids or tank grids or anything, because you were, in theory, we were supposed to get those too. We're supposed to get when tanks first being updated was supposed to get tank grids and all that kind of business. That never happened. Yeah, train with exo legs would mean it just goes faster. I mean, the equipment grid for vehicles has been there since like version 13. Been around for a long time. Think cars, not trains. They need to be assigned. They need to be explicitly assigned. Tell you what, while the base is figuring that out, I go back to building this outpost. Oh, train made its way back. First things first, go to there. First thing I need to do is get rid of this outpost. Heading out, rest now. Have a good one. Have a good rest. Overhaul makes sense for vehicle use. Currently, well, they put the equipment grid in for vehicles, but never really did anything with it. Oh, you're not actually empty. Oh, that was easy. The whole thing never made a hell of a lot of sense. You mine bots, please. This will save on expanding out the new one. Just repurpose everything instead of relying on the bots to do it for me. But yeah, the equipment components are only really catered for your armor, and they're not really set up for anything else. Damn it! Don't destroy it, please. I said don't destroy it. Oh, hello, train. Bonk, bonk. Yeah, settle down. Right now, let's just send you down there. And there we go. Iron 1 has been recycled. Well, Iron 2. AK-90 was Iron 1. Was. I'm actually kind of amazed that that wagon didn't get destroyed. How's nuclear doing? It's all backed up again. Excellent. Yeah, the whole lot would have to be redone. And you think about it, like, all of this stuff would need to be like, a lot of this stuff, like, the legs would need to be redone. It would be... I suppose there's no reason for those in trains. There's no reason for those in trains. There's... Maybe you could do something slightly different for those. There's also not a lot of sense in the fueling. Like, would it use train fuel or would it use fusion reactor? It starts to get kind of confused from there. I guess you can see why they didn't really do anything with it. Bigger and more powerful. Have some of them, one of them, whole lot of that. I'm gonna start moving. You cannot go to the unload. Pastorio was worth a look. Oh yeah, the Crestorio way is actually really well done. The Crestorio overall is a really well done mod, so it's not surprising. Everything is very well executed in that. Let's delete the lot. Might use combination requests like it done in the Pastebin. This one does have a thing that does it. Train should be on its way. Just because I happened to go through that other the other outpost, I thought I'd bring the materials over, just save some time. One thing that I can't auto lay out is these. I mean, I can do that. Then you see I've got to trim the excess though. I mean, not that boxes are particularly expensive or anything. I could afford to just waste... Like, you could legitimately afford to waste all these boxes. That's not a problem. It's kind of hilarious that I can, mind you. Yeah, there's a train. Oh, for requested chests. I've sort of moved away from setting these by combinators to being able to read. That way I can do other automation. Cliff explosive. There we go. Do you mean Crestorio? Crestorio is a total conversion, so all the recipes change. It's... there are more layers, but it's not stupid like Bob's. It just doesn't go off the wall with stupidity. A lot of wood. Love you the sniper rifle. Sniper rifle's pretty good, isn't it? Oh, they're so busy doing mining, picking up all the wood. They haven't started picking up doing any of the mining drills yet. Oh yeah, the sniper rifle in Crestorio is a little bit OP, just like Bob's really. Where sniper is also OP, overpowered. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do about the red circuit Crestorio, which is starting at 9 o'clock. That's really late. You. I can't remember if I actually updated this blueprint on Pastebin to fix the circuit logic, because there was some issues with it. I think that's it. Yeah, when you wire to these chests, you can either set the requests or read the contents. You can't do both. Therein lies the problem. Oh, my bots. Makes you use the other weapons instead of just upgrading SMG ammo the whole game. It does, yeah. I mean, you can still do that. Just depends on what's the most effective use of your time. Alright, that's now going to deal with itself. I can't remember what I was up to. Oh, you're done. That's convenient. It's like how a little distraction and everything gets built in the background. Like, it's gonna also really handy having two of these trains, mind you. Two of them supplying stuff really speeds things up. I'm wondering about building a third now. Yeah, this train here, MVP for sure. Just supplying everything constantly. How do I get those icons on map? Are they a mod? Nope, they're just middle mouse button. To bring it up. I think it's by... is it middle mouse default? I can't remember if I changed it. It's middle mouse for me at least. Yeah, so middle mouse, you can pick a thingy there. You can add some text. Right click. Oh, that's right. I changed it to middle mouse. That way I could right mouse for pan, and then I could have left click for artillery. Then I can paint artillery like that. Because normally left mouse is pan. Also, buy trees. I changed quite a few of the keybinds, like tech is Y for me as well. You can also use what's called rich text to get icons within names. So, like these are using map icons, but you can also put it in here. Like, item equals iron plate. It turns into an iron plate. Just like that. Very handy feature. That chest got hammered. Right, I'm gonna... Oh. Actually picking up, I don't think you are. There. I need to actually add it to the train, otherwise it won't deliver it. There it goes. And that should now bring speed modules here too. Set time at 1 hour 37. Alrighty. The next build. Ready to go. So this one will be purple. Production. I want a direct insert rail. I wonder how I'm going to do that with that for now. And that. And that. So... nuclear. 14. Oh dear. Base doesn't do anything and it's using 14 gigawatts. Yeah, mostly. How much of it? Yeah, 12.5 in beacons and everything else. In everything. Not even gigawatts in anything else. Nothing even gets close to what beacons are using. Need those modules. Turn some bases off when they're not in use because power. Carry hand. Throwing down that follow. It's something I should probably do, but it's more fun just to piss away the power. None of those are actually assigned. rail. Only if it's running. So we'd need to cut off the supply and then wait a set amount of time and then turn it off. I wanted that. Yeah. Try to remember how I did this last time. I haven't really built the rail because you need 30 of it. Can't build the sticks because you need a ton of them. I think they're the same as, it's like the iron equivalent of copper wire because it's 1 to 2, so it's really inefficient to build sticks. Probably get away that. Pretty sure. Definitely don't need full speed on the tracks. Yeah, or the sticks. Pretty sure you don't on the sticks. So they just need the other stuff going in. There's something going out. That has that going in. That needs steel and stone. That can actually go there. That out of the way. You can slip a belt in there. That's output. Iron plate. Furnaces and thingies. I don't know if I can get away with a half belt of those. It's 30. You make 2, so it needs 15. Where are we at? 521. So pulling up this thing again. It'd be like 15. So that's sort of what I'm looking at. 16. Hmm. So it's probably a little bit higher than what it actually is, but it's still a lot higher than a blue belt. Uh, It's another one that I used to know, but I can't remember now. It is annoying. Bloody Kavorax. Insisted on having a recipe which has a resource sink. A lot of something. I mean, for this, do that. Now I have 2 materials that can do that. Set another one up here. In worst case scenario, I can make this a wide one. How do I separate the music? The recording is broken up into multiple tracks, so let me see if I can bring it up. Uh, There it is. Yeah, that's how it's broken down. So, stream lives on track 1, recording lives on 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it records all of those. It's a spellmaster. And what I do is I then combine track 2 and 3, merge track 2 and 3 in the recording, which I'm actually experimenting making a new track just for that. Did I use Slubs? Nope. Well, Slubs has this as well anyway. But yeah, so it's the recording just records all five sources separately, whatever it is, sources separately, and then I just recombine which I need. Realistically, I could just set up a recording track as well, which is something I'm experimenting with now. But I did have some other filtering going on, doing a little bit more processing on like the microphone. Suppose what I could do. What's the next tiling point? Can do is just run this. Yeah, you can manipulate the tracks quite nicely. Two, four, six, 2, 4, 6, 8. 10, 12, 14, 6, almost. 16. Launch updates, yes. Uh oh. That's it's a fiery sneeze. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. How long would that be in full beacon? Probably a little bit shorter, I suspect. It would be wider, for sure. I saved the game, so I can revert back. Okie day. No, you are gonna be like that. These, boop, 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 boop. That will be your iron plate. Steel and stone. Stone. That does lead to an interesting point. What do I do with the stone trains? Your furnaces. These are prod ones. Oh, those the thingies. This one's actually very annoying. It might end up being a full beacon. I didn't give the second one an output too. So I need to fix that. You boop boop. You already see that belt's pretty well drained. Go. Dump that. Just look at it. It's not seeing anything. I mean, the alternative, as I say, is to flatten it down, split it in half. Which mightn't be a terrible idea. A full beacon would look like something like this. Oh, let's try that again. Full beacon. Whoop, undo that. That wouldn't look like that. Let's try again. It's there. Yeah, then that would be in there. This would flip over. Go there. Looks something like this. And the sticks would get in there somehow, by some means, some unknown means. And it could just be an 8-8 as well. I get rid of these. But a bit perpendicular one, which seems perpendicular 8-8s don't seem to go down very well though. Overproduction of rails. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. It's still very much starved. Seems to have leveled out anyway. 700. No such thing. Yeah, I think it's already pretty much backed up what it can. I mean, it's going to need more than 2,700 a minute in steel and stone. No matter which way you put it, more than one build can supply is more than one build can supply. How many rails stack? 68. Basically a lot. You can already see that these are like maxing out. As I say, like the thing that I did Excel already said that there's going to be more than what the belt can supply. Overclock the belts. Phone died while you're typing out the launch updates? That doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. Because of the Factorio stuff, I'm going to miss out on a lot of them anyway. I'm going to be up all night. Train Nader, how you doing? I can remember doing something like this before. How did I do it? Curious now. No, I can't save. No, 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 don't save that. That's bad. Nearly did it. Uh. Maybe it was a parallel, a perpendicular, not a parallel, a perpendicular 8-8. It was. That's the other way of doing it in 8-8 territory. One works because it's on like 10. You know what? I'm so pleased. I'm so satisfied with this build. I'm just gonna borrow it. Can't do much better. Let's go to bed, then end the fingers, magically clicked on the browser shortcut, and now you're here. And now you're not sleeping. There you go. Made an excellent decision. To be here instead of sleeping, I guess. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. Trees in the way. Not anymore. It's a curse sometimes, it is. A lot of melt's going up it. A lot of melt's going up this thing. Want to use more inline version. Seed, stone. Both sides of the build. True. I kind of just wanted to borrow this one because I know it works. And I don't really. I'm really not in the mood for arguing with purple right now. Probably not going to help my cause. The outputs are also backwards. Got chest stubs and everything. This one's got separate builds for the. You know what? Let's shrink it down. I guess I am going to have to do some work on it. Pass mode did the correct thing. Apparently. At least that's the way it seems for now. Maybe just deleting these as well. Boiling it down to its most fundamental state. Probably be a good idea. I don't know what I think of the future. Yeah. Alright, that whole, I really am gonna have to boil it down to the first, the initial one. Tile there. So it's 2 tiles away from each other. We'll fix planes. How you doing? These ones I'm aiming for 8. Closer they are together, the better, in general. In theory, the chest stub is a good idea. Because it's a low throughput. What is it? It's, 1 rail assembler can support 2 purple machines, right? Why aren't you building ratio perfect? Why aren't you? That 2 tile gap does work with that. Like, keeping these separated, that is. Oh. Because of the way this is set up, these can't share. That's actually annoying. This build doesn't work with this base design. Because now I'm sharing between 2. Yeah. Stripping it back to its fundamental, this build doesn't work because it doesn't work with the design. It doesn't work with the design that I'm trying to do. Okay, it's back to rotating then. Back to that. Has to be all in line. Each wagon has to feed each individual, like the one wagon, all have to go up the same row. Off to bed. Alright, have a good one, Stove. Iron steel from both ends. And by going up and around. Maybe. Pretty much back where I started though. Alternative is the full beacon. This is going to be all of the wide. I'm not convinced. I have a feeling the alternative is I just make it 16 wide and double up. Or something. You also inject partway down, partway up. That out of the way. Cut down the throughput. Yeah, and go super wide. How many belts can I get up there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Let's grab some combinators. So start from the output and work our way backwards. One belt's going to do that. One belt can do these things. One belt needs to do... Well, two belts actually needs to do stone. Steel and steel, and then one does plate. So conceivably it is possible to cram all the belts down. It's a matter of actually getting them down though. That's the next challenge. Right, let's take sample. Go back to the other one. Do it. I mean, I'm in the process of doing it. Right, that's where it runs into trouble in this layout, is you can't go from there to there. Like, it stops about there. The way around that is to do something more in line, which makes it long. And it does have room for longness. Can do long. Any alternatives to this? That's in the center. That offsets there. That offsets there. Still got a problem there though. Offset like that. A few things I want to see if they're possible though. Up, down, in. Because I can still belt weave. Much it pains me to say it. Everything computer science, there are puns, person one. My grow tree doesn't work for some reason. Tried watering it. Very punny. Like iron plate, I think it can actually get away with like red belt. Option would be it changes every recipe to 1 stone. That does that. An output? Yes. What do we need in terms of the other stuff? They can be on red belt as well. These things. This is going to be a very freakish build. Center output. It's looking that way. So what I'm thinking is you have those there. Second layer of steel there. So they're done, they're done. Then I just need sensor output. That should be 7. How tight was it? One tile or there? Can't be one tile really. Can it? I think it can. So I'm pretty sure I can get away with one red belt of iron. That's the thinking. That's iron. And behind it we pack the steel. And there's a second row of steel and stone. Hey, you won. Trick is I might be able to output like that, then feed back down, and just it doesn't really. The longness doesn't really matter. Yes. Do it easy first, and then see if we can figure out how to get it more smaller, more smallness, small, however you say it. And then, whoop. Did that, didn't mean to. And then those come up through there. Like that. I think is actually like that. Hope that makes sense. I think, how you doing? So, stick's getting fed, your rail's getting fed, top one of these isn't getting fed. Now it is. Right. Tile time. Oh, slightly off. It is like that. Yep. There. think that's it. I think that's everything. Just get good. Just gotta get good. 2, 4, 6, 8. 10. 12, 14, 16. Trying to learn circus by attempting to read the smart train network. Spent 12 hours failing, just installed LTN. The trains with combinators is not an easy undertaking. It really is quite involved. Ah, you're off by 1, that's why. You're all off by 1. Is at least 16 by whatever. Oh, this map, it has to be 8 by something. It just happens that this one was 16 long. Oh yeah, and LTN is also a pain in the ass, just so TSM's even easier. Alright, so starting at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Three, 4. So yeah, here. This one terminates. Which means I need to get it out somehow. Either switch the sides or you have to switch sides by the looks of that. Like that. And that continues on. The thought that I had was I could switch rail to this side, but no, then these two have to switch sides. So either way, something has to switch sides. It's easier just to switch these over. Yeah. What a mess. This is neat. I'm getting some conflicting messages here. Do I need full beacon coverage on these? No, the rail doesn't need it. And this should make like a bit over 1,000. I get some mixed messages as to whether or not this is any good or not. Damn cheats. So nothing. Wait. Yeah, I still need to do the furnaces and crap modules. There we go. I mean, if it works, that's a good start. It's a good place to start from. Oh, you're waiting on furnaces. You... So, you need to actually dump these back somewhere. 800? Oh. 900? 1k? I mean, if it's doing 1k, then it works. Already had it selected. Yeah, 1k, 1.1k is a good sign. Yeah, 1 instead is enough, apparently. I mean, it does move 12 per swing. Yeah, belt to machine versus machine to machine is massive difference. I mean, this thing is very badly beaconed too. I can improve that by offsetting it. Actually, I can do that. Have your sticks back. There, can offset it and get it slightly faster. Get 4 beacon going instead of 3. The downside to inserting from belt the way I've done it here is it's very left lane heavy. It's very biased to the left lane. Which could be a problem. Got a way to fix the copper plastic? Set the stack size to 10. Oh, that's an interesting idea. I might not need it though. Because the way I see it is the imbalance is because it doesn't like the imbalance is only going to exist up to this point here. This is just going to soak these chests are going to soak the imbalance. The alternative is to weave the chests. Like have actually no, that doesn't do anything. Never mind. Yeah, it's just either way, it's just let the chest soak the imbalance, and it should figure itself out. I mean, it's not showing any signs of issues yet. That's kind of where so I'm kind of leaning on it staying that way. Oh, actually, I just realized. Oh, never mind. Still haven't rolled in yet. Even after all this time, train still hasn't rolled in. Delivered the blues. I guess the demand for blues has gone down. Or not? Oh. There we go. That explains it. Oh yeah, I am in creative, aren't I? Jeez. Distracto land much. Well, either way, we know this thing works. We can offset these to get a bit more benefit out of the beacons. Because the beacons are there, so we might as well use them. So we'll offset the sticks, but otherwise that's good to go. Alright, I'll do that again, only not in creative. Give it some rear wagons. I think it's coffee time. I mean, it's already 2 hours 26, already half hour over. Again. Rocket's ideas. So yeah, we'll just realign the sticks and then it's good to go. What train settings will that have here? Or is that... That was just, it's been using these as waypoints and it's relying on the signals to stop the train going in. If that's what you mean. Now that was empty. Oh, I mean, it's got the full order, so go pick up, go the hold, and then the unload. It goes to trains? I don't know. Suppose just to be really sure. I've never normally had a problem with ghosting though. Anyway, I'm going to go refill the coffee and all that. Stretch. And we shall resume and build these and maybe work on some blues after we come back.